kung dito ra dili kay sinini ni kwan tulog kung diyan ba.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, Manila, and hello to everybody else around the world who's watching this afternoon in the Philippines. We have another episode of In Love with Me, and today we have two beautiful ladies that I am so inspired with. We've gone through similar journeys together. Now we're all moms. They're super moms now. And I wanted to share them with you today to inspire you, most especially at this time during quarantine lockdown. Without further ado, let me introduce you guys to Bb Pilipinas Universe 2002, Miss Karen Agustin-Ostrea, and Miss International 2005, Miss Lara Quigaman. And now, here they're both. Hi, ladies.
Hi, buddy.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You know, this is a time where we want to see beautiful faces, beautiful people that can inspire everyone, especially at this time. So before we get to getting to know what you're doing right now, how has it been for you in your career, in your journey of pageantry, business, showbiz? Can we start with Karen?
All right. Beauty before age ba to?
Pinakamatanda muna.
Alphabetical order.
I'm kidding. Well, I work as an image consultant. I have my own company called Global Image Management. We manage the different corporate image requirements for different company clients that I have. So if a client requires a workshop to be conducted or a consultation to be conducted for their people, they can come to my company. And that's what I've been doing for the past years after my stint in pageants, which actually lasted for quite a while. So I've been in business for about, I think, 16, 17 years at this point. And now you're right, Mafae, I am a mom. I have 3 kids. It's been exciting. And this pandemic is not really very easy, but we're managing.
Oh, you're not alone. Remember that. Everybody's in the same boat. So how about you, Lara?
Well, God has really been good since I won Miss International in 2005, which is a long time ago, 15 years na. So ikaw, Karen, ilang years ago na pala yun?
I forgot how to do math. I'm sorry.
You should be up to par since you're homeschooling.
But God has really been good. You know, I've been in show business since then. So that's been 15 years. And, you know, God has allowed me to have projects continuously, even though, you know, I became a mom with Noah and then with Tobias. So work was, project was always there, never nawalan. So tuloy-tuloy. And recently I finished Killer Bride. If you guys saw it,
Yes!
I know because some of you are probably really young. But yeah, so that was the last one I did before I found out I was pregnant again for the third time.
Yay! Congratulations.
And then the lockdown happened. And yeah, like what Karen said, it hasn't been easy. But you know, we can say, well, our family can say that we are okay, even though the things around us are not, because you know we have a good God.
Yes, exactly. You know, I've been watching you guys' stories and your social media, and there's not, you know, I love the fact that you really embrace the family bonding. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know you guys are super moms. Advance Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Hey,
So another year of celebrating Mother's Day. Let me get into our questions on what's happening today, you know, the issues today. What are the things you have been doing during this quarantine that you haven't done before?
Oh, that I haven't done before?
I guess maybe something, I don't know, you've added it to your habits, or cooked a meal that you've never cooked before. I know, Karen, you cooked something. I saw that the other day.
So I've been entering the kitchen more frequently than ever in my entire life. And my husband is very happy about that. But not that much, ha. However, I've learned dalgona coffee because everybody's doing it. And I went through like a 1 hour or 2 hour thing on Instagram where I was just clicking on every dalgona coffee video. Until eventually, parang I wanted to do it. It's so easy pala. And it was so fun. So I think that's the one thing that I did differently this time, because I really am not a kitchen person.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband did not marry me for my cooking.
Okay. Lara, what about you?
No amount of quarantine can make me go to the kitchen and cook food. I'm sorry.
That's on.
No, because I burnt. No, this is a true story. I burnt our house down in the UK, which is probably the reason why, or maybe my excuse for not going in the kitchen. But what have I been doing? Yes, my son is here. Look, don't come here. Just stay there. My charger. One moment.
It's okay.
So that's what I've been doing during since the lockdown. You know, being a mom, I think it pretty much is this to be a mom. There he is.
You see, multitasking, of course.
You know, being a mom, it's still the same. It doesn't really change. Siguro more time lang with the kids, because they don't go to school anymore. But you know, waking up early. What have I been doing other than that? I think I've learned to hone my editing skills. We recently launched our YouTube channel.
Yay.
So I've learned to do a lot more of that, and yung patience as well.
Yes.
So that's something that, you know, I'm relearning and mastering.
It's always part of parenthood, I think. The biggest P word.
Lara. Patience as a mom or patience as a wife?
All three, all of the above. So what?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you guys are more busier. Do you feel you're more busier right now than you were before the lockdown?
I personally wouldn't say that, because when I was doing my image consulting more actively, I was really out a lot. I would get up as early as 5:30 a.m., leave the house at 6, go through the traffic of Metro Manila for 2 hours, arrive in my workshop place, do my workshop till 5, come home after, you know, go through the traffic thing again. Come home for catching up of dinner or just, you know, post-dinner conversation. So I think I was busier before. I have a lot more time now for the kids and for stuff in the house. I notice so many things in the house now. So that's
You
good, I think.
every
Good for the
corner.
house. Yeah, absolutely.
You, Lara.
I guess hindi rin, because, you know, with taping, we have to leave the house by 4 a.m. and then come back, you know, next day as well. But I guess here, not so much. You can, you know, I found that I have more time to rest, more time to read and play with the kids. Busy being a mom, of course, but, you know, not with work. But it also made me realize that there are so many things that I could do at home pala without going out. You know, why did we have to go out before when we can do this at home? So that's something, you know, I realized.
Well, like you were saying earlier when I first introduced you about God's ways or God's plans, you know, this might be his way of telling us, hold on a second, you don't need to be in the hustle and bustle. You can slow down, and still do the same thing and spend more time with your family. You know, I was speaking to another inspiring woman from San Francisco, and she said that she owns her own business, you know, like we all do. And she realized that her daughter was so happy just to have dinner together.
Aww.
She was like, oh, you guys are so busy. Like, this is actually nice. This is the best thing that's happened during this lockdown, you know? And when kids tell you those things, it's like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing wrong, right? So I think maybe as moms, as parents, you know, we feel as though we work for our children. You know, we really, you know, put our heads down and work. But then sometimes we forget that they just need a little attention, you know, even if it's like having a meal together. And so,
I mean, even before this lockdown, we were, I think even Lara would say the same thing. We were able to manage the work-life balance, the working mom type of lifestyle. So we're able to give enough attention to them. But yeah, like what you said, those little things like eating dinner together.
Right.
That's one of the big things that changed during this lockdown. Those meaningful, quality conversations. Because before it used to be, what did you do in school? But now there's no school. We've come up with new conversation topics. So now our conversation is, what do you think of the lockdown? How are you feeling right now? So the conversation is getting deeper and deeper, at least with me and my kids. My kids are very small and they're able to manage, with the deeper conversations. It's really nice.
Yes, it is. I mean, being homeschooled, now you guys are getting to experience it. It's really forcing communication, it's really forcing the communication. And trust me, the kids will appreciate it. They will remember this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Right? So going back, like talking about kids, life before kids.
Okay,
right?
game.
Let's do this. So
Mafae, life before kids, alam mo yan.
Life before kids. If for the ones that don't know, Karen was my biggest mentor during my pageant, time. She was the one that mentored me. She was the one that was there until the day I left for China.
Yes, absolutely. Literally, I was there as your car left.
She was, and people don't know this, but before, beauty queens sleep in Araneta Coliseum. There's rooms up at the top, right?
Yes.
Behind the chairs. But basta, there's a behind the scenes that people don't know about. Not unless, you're a winner or you're a candidate in Bb Pilipinas. So, Karen and I had so much fun. I still remember remember those scooters? It was just the two of us.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
They allowed us to use scooters even
my
before
first time to ride one.
Remember, it was even the first, it wasn't even a trend. Now it's a trend. But that was back in 2003. We rode the scooter around the basketball court inside Araneta Coliseum. That was so memorable. But I want you to share your experience. Since you are the senior in years, not in age, you are Miss Universe 2002. How's your experience? What motivated you to become or want to become a beauty queen?
Oh wow, throwback conversation talk. I didn't want to join. I think people have heard this, but I don't think people have heard this in public really. I didn't really want to join Binibining Pilipinas until my mentor, Roger Flores, kind of forced me or persuaded me to join. So it took him 3 months for me to say yes. He would come over to my house. He would text me. He would even call me. Back then, we had landlines, children. And he would say, oh, kaya mo manalo, or pang universe ka, or konting training lang. And I'm like, really? Ako? Parang hindi naman po. So that was my initial reaction. And then eventually, after 3 months of just being kind of persuasive, you kind of start building it up in your head too. I was like, talaga ba? Parang masaya nga mag-universe. And so I said yes on his birthday as a birthday gift to him. I said, sige po, birthday gift ko po sa inyo mag-screen ako for Binibining Pilipinas. And the rest is history. That's how it happened.
And so what is your advice? So let's say, there's a lot of girls right now, or even boys, there's a
right
boys. What is your advice to them? Of course, your experience is different. People. Right. There's a lot that dream. They dream to be like a Miss International, like Lara, or to even have a crown in Binibini. What's your advice for them? Like in this generation, because
especially for this generation, it's joining pageants is so different compared to 2002. Now you have to be 100% committed. You have to live the life of what you want to be before even being it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
You can't just dream about it and fantasize and then get in. No. Now you have to dream about it. Sure, you can fantasize, but you have to start being it already before you even join in. Now it's tougher, it's more competitive. So many women are so inspired by, Catriona and Pia and Lara and Kylie and Bea, our international winners, that everybody is starting to train themselves even before joining the screening. So you can't just, it used to be that there will be some girls who would join in as a, raw type of talents or raw type of aspirants. But nowadays, I'm not sure if just being raw will cut it. So you have to be absolutely committed.
Right. How about you, Lara? going back to when you first thought about it, the first thought, how was your experience or what was your story behind joining?
Yeah, it's a different story than Karen's because I have always wanted to be a beauty queen ever since I was a girl. That has always been my dream. There was no question that I really wanted to be a beauty queen. And when people ask me why, obviously it's one of the reasons would be to help my family because we weren't very well off, but also because I just wanted to be a beauty queen. I wanted to have a crown and a sash and things like that. And now looking back, um, you know, my motive for it obviously was very selfish. It was only for myself. But God gave me that desire, I guess, in a way, because I'm in the position now where He can use me. But if I am to give an advice to the young people who have dreams and who wants to, achieve their dreams, remember. Let me share with you a quote from by Francis Chan. It says, our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things in life that don't really matter. So, because there was a time in my life that even though I won Miss International and I was already successful in the eyes of the world, there was a time in my life that I felt really lost. That I felt that that I was ruining my life. I think Karen knows about this phase of my life, and and I was thinking that this happened because I won Miss International. I got sucked into this because I was pursuing my dream, and because of that, I'm doing a lot of things that felt really terrible, and I felt that I was really lost at the time. So you see, don't be afraid to fail, but also you should pray about this because you can be succeeding in things in life that can be also wrong for you. So when you go reach for something, you should be really prepared, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, so that that what you're doing really matters. It's not just something that successful in the eyes of the world, but it really matters to you personally, to your family, and to your how do I say it? For something for eternity. It's not just for this life, but something that will matter for eternity as well.
Yeah, I always say that having a crown and a sash already gives us that powerful voice. We're able to speak to people who make decisions. We're able to be in certain events that not everybody gets invited to. So of course, in your position, you were an international winner, right? I still remember. I think before you left, I think I did a bit of a training with you, and I was pregnant with Moses. Do you remember that? We're the VIP. I'm not sure if Karen was there, but I was just so excited for you. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna win this. And then when you won it, it was just such a, so much happiness with our Araneta family, Binibini family. Yeah, and like hearing you now, like, with you saying that you had a moment of, I guess you were discouraged, or, not everybody sees that. Not everybody sees like behind the scenes, they think it's all glitz and glamour, when people win. But I love that honesty because, the youth, most especially, needs to hear that from people like you, from Karen. We're always going to face issues, just like right now, and that's the main reason why I wanted you both to speak words of wisdom. This is really a time where we use this platform. They're lucky to have technology. I mean, Zoom, and that's why for me, I'm really using it and abusing it so that I can reach so many people who are feeling so low right now. And mental health is real, most especially now. I'm hearing so many stories that people are just giving up because they're unsure of what's next. And of course, we're all unsure, but we're all in this together. Nobody's alone, right? So with that, how do you guys keep in contact with, let's say, your family? Like, do you guys have like a weekly, maybe hangout, or like here? I know one of my other guests, he told me that him and his family get on Zoom and have mass together. I mean, that's a good idea, right? Just once a week. I mean, it's not like the whole day. Do you guys have anything like that?
My parents are not are technological dinosaurs. Tama ba yung term ko doon? So they don't know Zoom. They just recently discovered Facebook Messenger. No joke, like just last Friday, parang ganon. So it's just a lot of phone calls to my parents. However, with my siblings, yeah, we do. Okay, there's no schedule really, but we just do occasional Facebook Messenger calls, Zoom also, especially with the kids, the cousins. They really miss each other, and as well as friends. So, like you,
Yeah. How about you, Lara?
We buti na lang hindi technical. Ano yung term mo, Karen?
technological dinosaur.
My mom is always on Facebook Messenger, so I can reach her anytime. And yeah, we have not really weekly, but anytime really. We have conversations in Messenger where we play around, and we're actually doing a lot of crazy things. Me with my siblings, and then of course with friends, with Karen and the other girls as well. We also have this.
That's right.
The first time I worked out since I got pregnant this time around was with Karen through Zoom.
What's fun, diba?
So
This is what we
yeah,
did.
really.
We prayed and sang biblical songs. Di ba, Lara? Yun yung ginawa natin, di ba?
I don't want to
I was
lie.
invited. I would know. Join the next
But
one.
anyway, but yeah, thankful to God technology.
Let's talk about working out. Okay, so again, going back to before kids, what was your routine? Did you have a routine, or do you feel like after kids you had more of a workout routine? Because I know we weren't really working out. Not like the girls now with abs and everything.
Ano ulit yung question? Sorry.
Like the workout routine. Like, how did we stay fit? What was you ran?
I run. Yes, I run. Yun lang.
Kasi now, right, all the girls have 6 packs. They have like muscle. Yeah, Lara, did you have a routine?
No, remember during our time, yeah, we go to the gym, but it's not like now, like how the ladies do it now, where they really spend like every day at the gym getting ready for their bikini bodies. But with us, it's more, the more natural, the better for us, right? So I wasn't really, I didn't really go to the gym that much before. But when I got married and after I had Noah, my husband Marco, he's just so disciplined, and he loves to work out. And because of him, actually, I learned to do what do you call that? High intensity training. So that was after Noah. That's what I did. But then after the second pregnancy, I have it's called diastasis recti. So I'm really not. There are a lot of workouts that I'm not allowed to do, and I also had a CS, cesarean section operation. So yeah, that was, well, I think that was also an excuse lang for me not to work out.
Okay. Oh, we've got some questions. Okay. From Facebook, what's the funniest experience you had during the pageants that you were in? Karen. Funniest experience.
In the pageant?
Yes. Universe for you is the States, diba?
Parang hindi ko pwede express yung mga funny experience.
Can? Sort of. I don't know what you're gonna say. Oh, that's why it's funny. Lara.
Karen, it's 50 years ago, so you can share it with everyone. Go on.
No, I didn't have a funny experience, but there was a girl who did. So
Don't say the name.
So I'm not going to say it. I want to describe it. I wonder if she's watching. Maybe she's not. Maybe I can describe it.
Describe it now. I mean, funniest would be back then. What?
Okay, in 2002.
So that's
In 2002, iba ang makeup quality.
Yeah.
Right? Parang ang kapal, and I don't know. I just remember it being harsher than the quality of makeup right now.
Yes.
Ngayon parang gentle, hypoallergenic. Back then, it was just, I feel it was harsher. So parang this girl kind of overdid it and left it overnight after a shoot. So fully made up siya. It was, and then she has oily skin.
Oh no.
Like literally the following day or 2 days after, she just immensely broke out.
Oh no.
Not really funny for her.
Funny for you.
Are you Philippines?
No candidates, you're like, okay, nag-break out siya. So it's not funny, but I just won't forget how everybody just kind of reacted to it. And she tried her best to hide it, but she just couldn't because it was a bad breakout.
Oh man. That's the number one rule. You don't go to sleep with makeup on.
Yeah. So that's what that's for you kids.
Go, Lara.
Okay. When I competed for Miss International in 2005, which is 3 years after Karen.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, my roommate then was Miss Singapore. And I remember bringing my national costume in a very big box, really a very big box, and she was so excited to see what was inside. She said, "Oh, can you open your box so I can see your national costume?" And I said, "Oh, I don't want to. You might laugh." And she said, "No, I won't laugh as long as it's not the pineapple costume." Because during my time, most of the gowns and even the costume that I wore, were already had been used by other queens in the past, like Maricar Balagtas. Her gown was my gown, and then Carla Balingit. So I opened the box and I said, "It's the pineapple costume."
Pineapple.
And she just laughed so hard, and but she she loved
And
it.
you won Miss International, so that's
It's okay.
Yeah, but she didn't win Best in National Costume.
I don't think, did we have a best in national costume? Did we? Anyway, forgot.
Okay, another one. How old were you guys when you joined your first pageant?
18.
Lara.
I joined Miss Intrams in high school. I was.
Ooh. Karen, yours was Bini Bini, right?
No, I had another pageant that I joined first because of the 1 million peso prize money.
Oh,
Which one?
Which one?
Welcome Telecom Miss Global Queen Philippines.
That's so long. Long.
Abby Newman won that pageant. She got to take home the 1 million pesos. But that was a pageant that, a lot of pageant enthusiasts really considered like, I forgot their term for it, but it's where a lot of the top 10 girls eventually won in other national pageants, like Justin Gabionza, myself, Lee Andrea Ramos, who became Universe in 2006.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it was a pretty cool pageant.
Interesting. Okay, so on a serious side, right? The three of us, of course, have felt challenges representing the country. Of course, that's a really heavy title to have, or responsibility. Would you say that, of course it wasn't easy, but would you say that feeling what we're feeling now, was there a similar feeling of being unmotivated or maybe challenged? And when you felt that challenge, how did you pick up yourself again? Because I know representing your country, you cannot say, "I can't do this." Because you're there now, you're wearing the Philippine sash. So I guess in line with the quarantine, when people are feeling low about themselves, how do you, what would be your advice? So what did you do?
Right. If I may know, I remember in Miss Universe, I had a moment where I cried on the phone to my mom, and then I also cried to the phone with Tito Rogel. And I felt like, I'm not ready. Why am I here already?
Yeah.
So I forgot how I got over that. I think it's a lot of just, your typical mom saying, "It's okay, anak. It's a wonderful thing. You don't have to win the crown. Just being in Miss Universe is already the prize."
Right.
I think that's what helped me just, accept whatever will happen and enjoy the rest of the pageant. So I think that was very wise advice and very important as well.
Mhm.
Now during the lockdown, I'm not immune to the anxiety, of course.
Mhm.
I don't have any work or projects right now.
Mhm.
I don't know if it will start coming in right away after the ECQ or the GCQ.
Mhm.
So this time around, the difference would be I no longer just go to my mom. I go to God, my Father. So I really just entrust everything to Him. Uh, I just did like a self retreat, especially before the Holy Week. There's a book called Consoling the Heart of Jesus.
Mhm.
Such a beautiful self retreat. It was by authored by Father Michael Gately. You guys should check it out, seriously.
Mhm.
Consoling the Heart of Jesus. And ultimately, it's just all about fully trusting Jesus
Mhm.
with your every fiber of your being. So it was a lovely retreat. That actually helped me because the trepidation happened in the beginning of the lockdown. And like, oh my gosh, all my work got canceled for the year.
Yeah.
Because everybody was unsure.
Mhm.
So the anxiety started creeping in. Then we started doing consoling. I mean, then I just continued with my retreat back then, the Consoling Heart of Jesus retreat.
Mhm.
And it really helped a lot. So
Yeah.
going to my Father God.
Great advice. Lara?
Um, during my time as well, my father passed away before I competed for Miss International. I think a few months before, and I had my mom as well back then. Encouraging me and urging me on. Now it's different. Yet not no one is exempted from feeling anxious or worried during this time. I think about 2 weeks into the quarantine, into the lockdown, I've been having anxiety attacks. Just before nightfall, I would feel restless, and I would feel my heart beat fast, would beat faster. I just felt like I was worried about something, and I was just getting paranoid and things like that. I was also pregnant, so I think the hormones may played a big
Yeah.
uh, on that. And also, also Marco lost all of his work for the year. And obviously me, I won't be able to work as well because of being pregnant, and I'm going to be having a baby as well. And there's so many things going on in my mind, and no one's really exempted. We will all have struggles. And I really had to speak to myself out loud and say, what you're feeling is normal,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't dwell on it. And I would it's this is where memorizing Bible verses comes in. It's just holding on to a promise of God where you can speak it to yourself. And I use Deuteronomy 31:6. It says, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, because the Lord your God will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And I just kept repeating that to myself. My God will never leave me. My God will never forsake me. And also what helped is I talked to Noah as well, because he said, Mommy, I'm scared. And said, instead of being scared, we should be grateful. Let's think, what can we be grateful for? Instead of being scared, let's think about something we can thank God for. And I said, can you breathe? And he said, yeah. Okay, let's say, Lord, thank you, we can breathe. We may have problems, but the little things that we used to take for granted is here. And that is something that we can be grateful about. And to think about something you can be thankful for despite of what's happening will really help you a lot, because you will think, no, God is still giving me a lot despite of what's happening. And God is a good God, and He will get me through this. And Karen is right. There's we can't depend on anything else. We can't depend on our job. We can't depend on people. We can only depend on one person, and that is God.
Yeah.
So that is the only way we can really get through this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now you guys know why I love my sisters right here. They're my sisters in Christ. The ones that are not religious, of course, is the positive in the universe. If you believe in the positive, then you will be blessed. I think the number one there that they said, respect the universe, respect the good, respect yourself, and respect others. When you just follow all that, I mean, that's the only rules in life that will help and guide you. Because you can have a support group. You know, you can feel alone at times, but someone's always listening. You know, I always tell my students, actually, you know, since they're millennials, you know, they are sometimes so involved with their social media, right? They're only looking at how many likes, how many followers, and things like that. But it doesn't really matter. No matter how many followers, no matter how many likes you have, there are people still watching you. Your life is a runway. You know, whether it be at home, your parents watching you, your siblings, or if you post something and your close family and friends who are in a different household, you know, see what you're doing and it's good, then they will praise you. Then you'll feel good, right? And then they'll talk about it with someone else. So it's like a domino effect. You know, here I brought a platform so that my sisters can be, you know, they can share their inspiration. You know, they can share what they've been doing to make sure that their core is strong. So everybody out there who's listening, I hope that you're taking note, because it's not only for the religious people. It's just, you know, that's what made us strong. Because for me, no doubt, I agree with you both. I mean, even through the time that I joined, you know, Karen would know this. You know, I had no worries. I had no worries at all. She probably thought I was crazy at times. But, you know, I just said, in my mind, honestly, I just let God. You know, I had actually, not a lot of people know this. I had a bracelet on my left hand when I was wearing the gown, but I actually had a scapula under that bracelet. So I always had a piece of God with me, you know. Yeah, it'd be funny. Karen probably knows all the stories, my background, my history. Lara probably by now, but you know, these are the women that had made me so happy, and just the fact that we can relate to each other this way, and even at this stage, you know, you have to find people like that, you know. And with that, like, what is the first? Okay, let's make it lighter. What is the first thing that you will do after this lockdown, this quarantine? What's one thing that you're excited to do?
I know what Karen wants.
What?
No,
What do I want?
have young people listening, so.
Keep it PG.
Oh, underage lang lahat, no?
There's a handful, but hey, it's your personal liking. What's one thing that you're excited to do, I guess, with your family or yourself?
I just want to take the kids out and leave them there. Joke lang. Joke lang. Sasamahan ko pa na sila. I think we'll go see family for sure. Yeah.
What about you, Lara?
Go to the hospital, get an ultrasound, find out the gender of my baby. But also, me and Mark have been talking about going to the beach. We want to see the sea, the ocean. That's something we want to do.
Yes.
Of course, you know, this is a conversation for husbands and wives. So how do you keep, you know, of course, we believe in date nights. How do you keep things peaceful in the home? Are you guys having date nights?
Yeah, we do.
Your lounge room?
Yeah, we would have wine nights or beer nights. We have a lot of one-on-one time these days.
Yeah.
So even before we also did, because we used to drive to work, etc. So we had a lot of time together. But now I tell him that, okay, we're going to put our phones down and let's just talk about stuff. And we have a rule, which I learned from a good friend of ours from Couples for Christ. He said that when you have a date conversation with your husband, don't talk about the kids, don't talk about work, don't talk about business, talk about anything else. So Rio Ben and I would sometimes have our date conversations here in the living room, and I would ask him, so honey, if I was not your wife, who would it be?
What would you ask that?
No. Or like those such scenarios where if we weren't living in this house, where would we be? Or yeah, we'd ask each other about each other's past, actually. I don't know why. It's fun for us to talk about the past, Mafae.
Well, if that's fine for you.
Anyway, we can keep that in a private Zoom call.
Sure.
What about you, Lara?
I forced Marco to watch Korean drama with me. So that's how we've been spending, and he's been enjoying it. Now he's watching it. Sometimes I catch him watching it, by himself, enjoying it than I do. But yeah, how do we keep not getting annoyed? Of course, we still get annoyed with each other and irritated because there's bound to be friction when you're together all the time. So before, when he finds me really annoying, because I'm thankful to God for a really patient husband. But when he finds me annoying, he would go to the gym before, but now he can't go to the gym, so he would go to the grocery store and leave me. That's one way for him to cool off steam. But thankful to God for a really patient husband.
Which K-drama are you guys watching?
Now we're watching what's his name? Woo Bin and Lee Min Ho, Inheritors.
Ah, okay.
And
Yeah,
then
Okay.
here, Daddy is watching Last Dance.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's right.
that.
Okay, let's go back to your inspiration, right? Who inspired you guys? I guess other women that you looked up to now and before.
Mauna ka na, Lara.
Okay.
Nag-isip ako.
Okay, not because Karen's here, but no, really. When I was competing, like Mafae, Karen was also my biggest mentor. She was the one who trained me almost every day, and she told me to have a body scrub because my skin looked dirty.
I can imagine this.
No. The way Karen spoke, the way Karen moved, I really, really, please don't get this in your head. But I really did look up to you. Even now, the way she is with her kids. Well, maybe not so much, honey kids more. But no, really. But she's really one person I look up to.
Nox naman! Love
Yes.
na kita. Oo, promise.
Ikaw naman, Karen.
And syempre sabihin ko, Lara Quigaman. Nox!
Oh, wag ka gaya, Maya.
Actually, I admire any life story of a female or a guy who went through a lot of hardship and came out at the end, standing strong. So I think it would be like the general strong person. I hear so many stories. I mean, this entire lockdown, I've been reading so many different types of stories, from obviously COVID-related stories and just other inspiring stories. So a lot of these people have been influencing my mini decisions, and my even some of my actions or some of my reactions. So yeah. All of you. No, to be, I can't really think like of a particular person. Siguro kapag fashion style, Princess Kate Middleton, mga ganon, sure. But like as a person, it's really the simple story of a simple person who was able to come out of it at the end, being strong no matter what challenge was thrown at them. So a lot of nameless, not so famous names, but super inspiring talaga sila. I think both of you would agree too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm drawn to empowered people, I guess.
Yeah.
But there has been a lot of empowered women lately, or past 10 years, past couple or more than 10 years. That's what I love. Like I love hearing women really standing firm and showcasing why women are great, right? So to wrap up, I want you guys to please give a message to your friends, your family, your fans, the students here, just so that they can feel more enlightened by you both.
Mauna na ako, Lara. Mas maganda ikaw ending.
Yes.
So just want to say, mas maganda ikaw ending, di ba? So the students here, the actual students that we are in the Zoom call with, as well as to the viewers right now, just keep the faith that we will all get through this, whether together or apart. This whole thing will eventually be a learning experience or a learning year for all of us. God has a message for all of us, different messages individually in this pandemic, in this lockdown, in this situation. And all we need to do is to listen. Because sometimes if we speak too much, if we think too much, we can't hear. So just listen, be still, keep calm. Everything will really, really be okay. And if you don't find that you're going to be okay here, well, you can still be okay when eventually we all meet God in heaven together. So everybody's going to be okay. That's my simple message.
Lara?
Kailangan last talaga. Anyway, yeah,
Yes.
no. For those, obviously all of us, this hasn't been easy on any of us. All of us are struggling. And it's a good reminder to ourselves to keep on reminding ourselves to think that this is not it. This is not the end. This as well will pass. It may seem impossible. It may seem that, you can't see what's ahead of this pandemic or this lockdown. But you know what? God makes everything beautiful in His time. And, while you're in this season, it's about, the title of our, what do we call this meeting? Is In Love with Me. And, if I could say I don't kind of agree with that, because we shouldn't really be in love with ourselves too much, because when we are, we will see the failures. We will see what's wrong with us. And that's how we humans are. We will always fail. And when we love ourselves too much and then we fail, then we let ourselves down. So it has to be less of me and more of God. And when you focus your eyes on God, and when you focus your eyes on the things that are not seen, then you will feel better. Remember, nobody can satisfy you. Nothing can satisfy you but Jesus alone. And when you put your trust in Him, when you put your hope in Him, no matter if the world is ending, no matter if the world is going in flames, even though it's so scary, when you have the peace of God in you, you will be okay. So that's, if I'm to give an advice to you, it's like what Karen said, trust in God. It's so difficult, but with God, nothing is impossible.
Amen to that.
And
so
that's it for the 700 Club Asia show.
Sorry.
Before we say bye, we have Jamie, our other sister, tuned in. Say hi, girls. Jamie Castillo is listening to us.
Jamie!
Give her a shout out. And also Peter Pe. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. So again, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Lara, for joining us this afternoon. I know that there's so much more we can talk about. But for now, the everything you guys have said and shared are very inspiring. And I hope that it has tapped everyone's happy hormones. That's the key. So if you want to follow them or ask them more advice, this is the time. I know they have time to answer their social media. I will put their social media handles on the caption of this live so that you can follow them. You can be inspired of what they're doing, and then give them a message. Just to see how you are or how they are, and whatever questions you want to ask, whether it be family, whether it be pageant related, or even spiritual. Again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lara.
I just want to say thank you for the chance for me to wear my earrings and my lashes again.
Hey, my piece of advice, wear earrings every day. I wake up and wear earrings and I feel happy about it.
Thank you.
Do more, okay? So guys,
Lara has a vlog.
Yes, follow her vlog. Karen's about to have a vlog too, I think. But anyways, all right, girls and guys, see you later. We have more inspiring people in our other episodes. So I'll see you then.
Bye. God bless you all.